Good morning everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here, and let's take a look at the new weekly adventures. So we have a 1.5, a 2, and a 3.5 star adventure. For the 1.5, it's against Karma. We have round start, stun the strongest and the weakest unit. So this is going to be affecting either you or the enemy, based on whether or not you have the strongest or the weakest unit. So this will be rather interesting to play around. Yasuo will definitely be able to handle this the best. You might need to be a little careful if you're trying to run one of the OP champions, because what might happen is they get stunned every round start, so you might want to run either a Gatebreaker or Gale Force build. That way when they come on board they're still hitting the Nexus, or with Gale Force they're getting recalled at the end of every round, that way they're never getting stunned. This is quite interesting. I don't think we have seen this one before. Alright, moving on to Misfortune. We have a game start. The foe summons a Hex Core Foundry. So that is a landmark, so that every round start, each player draws an extra card. And they also have the foe's units have Overwhelm. Now if you're playing Teemo, obviously this is going to help you. Also if you're playing Bard, drawing another card is going to give you some more chimes, so that should be pretty good as well. Potentially try to avoid some of the more expensive champions or champions with more expensive kits. Such as Ornn. Since you're drawing an extra card, you want to be playing at least 2 cards every round. That way you're not starting to burn your cards by overdrawing. So you might want to have a champion that has a bit cheaper cards like Teemo, Misfortune, Diana, Annie. Any of the lower cost champions that usually have more of an aggressive deck with a lot of cheap cards. That would probably be best for this adventure. Finally, we have Draven. So round end, kill all units except each player's strongest, and then Noxian Might. Each round the first time the foe summons a unit, granted 4 power and overwhelm. So one thing that will be amazing against this is any of the CC decks where round start you CC the strongest enemy unit, because so this is round end, kill all units except each player's strongest. But the CC effects like round start CC the foe's strongest enemy, it'll always be going off and hitting whatever remaining unit they have left. So Ashe with Frostbite, or Yasuo and his stun. Both of those decks should be able to handle this pretty well. As always, Shadow Isle decks are pretty good at dealing with this, so Thresh and Gwen specifically, but they both benefit quite a lot from their own units dying. So being able to play one of them, you're not really minding that a lot of your units are dying. And then for like Gwen, every round you're summoning another unit anyways, so that'd be decent. Same with Misfortune, you have a lot of cheap units, so normally you can refill your board pretty easily, and then you can summon another unit every round. Or you can always go to the path of just playing one of the OP champions that carries the entire game, so like Jax, Diana, Teemo, LeBlanc, any of those super OP S tier champions, and they should be able to deal with this without too much of an issue. Alright, that's it for this weekly adventure roundup. Definitely let me know in the comments down below what you plan on running. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you all have a great week.